everybody, welcome back to Jack on a Journey. My name is Jack and today we have got the start of the second full season with Maribor in the Champions League first qualifying phase. Debut in the Champions League. Lads. We're against Havnar Boltsvileg, who are a Faroe Islands team. I don't know what the small pronunciation of that. Faroe, just Faroe maybe? I don't know. They're from the Faroe Islands, either way. And we're playing them away from home first leg, and then second leg we're going to be playing them at home. Obviously, that's how it works usually. We are clear favourites for this game. As you can see, Rossman is not available. He's upset at the moment because we got rid of someone, which he liked very much, apparently. But we are very much favourites for the game, and we should be getting through. I think because the draw's done in the future, if that makes sense. So we already know our opponents for the next round, and it's Lech Poznan, the Polish club. So that's going to be a tough team. But these are the transfers we've made. Let's show you the released players. Martin Melek, the right back from last season, is probably the only guy you would know. He just probably could have kept him on, but it just wasn't good enough. The rest of them you probably don't know. I don't recognise any of them anyway. But this is the team even that we've let go. Pretty much a team. I don't know why it's not showing us the total we spent, but it's less than 925k. It's about 675k, I think it is. Alfie Whiteman's gone to Preston for 99 grand. Sam Lundholm has gone to Javier Ivanjica for 160 grand. A couple of youth players have gone out on loan or on a free. Pescara has gone out on a free. Pilar has gone to Real Valladolid for 215k. And Sahovic has gone to Antalyaspor for 375 grand as well. And then a couple more players that we got some money for. Yeah, Rossman's not happy that Sahovic has left. Obviously, he's our backup striker. He just never scored too many, if I'm honest, and wasn't good enough. And Rossman's not very happy about that. He's currently unhappy. But we won't see him today because obviously he's suspended. We've raided Czech Republic, as you can see. We've also renewed the loan of Cermak, the striker, because might as well kept him. But we'll start off with Svenko Kidrik. First of all, we're just going to call him Rick, aren't we? Like, it's just going to happen. Call him Rick. He's a centre-back. He's from Selj. I'm going to keep on calling him Selj. I'm not going to keep on pronouncing him 3 times every time. He can play left-back and right-back, which is fantastic. He looks like a fantastic player for a 20-year-old. 3-star current, 4.5-star potential, 475k we bought him for, which was his release clause. So we spent majority of our money on this kid. He's going to be fighting it out for the first team spots. He's got experience at this level as well. So pretty fantastic looking player, if you ask me. £800 a week. He should grow into a little bit of a monster. Next up, our new goalkeeper. Obviously, we let Whiteman go. We brought in another goalkeeper, Andres Lind, a 31-year-old Swedish player, 3-star current, 3-star potential. He will be our first choice keeper ahead of Ivacic. He is so much better. He's played for Sweden as well. He's got a couple of 16s. Throw-ins good. Reflexes is good. One-on-ones is good, which is nice. The handling is good. Communication could be a bit better. Aerial reach is good. 6'5". Decent looking player. He's played a lot of times. He started his career at Helsingborg, then went to Molde, where he's like flip-flopping in between their reserve sides and the first team. But he did manage to get into their first team finally. He then went to Sparta Prague for 950k. Was kind of in and out of the team mainly, but he got a couple of good ratings in there. And he's come to us for £60,000. It was the end of his contract, so he approached to sign him. Probably could have got him for cheaper, but I wanted to make sure that we got him. So 60 grand for him. He's worth 300k, to be fair. He should be our keeper for a good 1-2 years, maybe. We might not even be here when he goes. But yeah, very good keeper in my eyes, and he will slot in very well into that first choice role. Next up, Jiri Sajbal. He's going to be our 4th choice striker. He's on loan from Sparta Prva. Is that what they're called? Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague. Yes. We're raiding the Prague teams. That's what we're doing. On loan, 83 grand a month, which is perfectly fine. he could grow into a decent player. He's just there for a little bit of a backup. We're not done with transfers just yet, but it's hard. I don't know why, but it's hard to find people for some reason. That's why we raided Czech Republic, because most of them were the best players that we could find, and the rest were just average. There we go. You can see there now. Total 675k. Last but not least, Václav Zizek. Sparta Prague again. He's a right back. He's a very good looking right back. I'm going to hope to bring this guy in permanently if I can. 3-star current, 4.5, 3.5 star even current, 4.5 star potential. Physical's looking very good. He is a fullback more on attack or wing back defence, but his attacking stats aren't that good. We play with fullback on defence anyway, which is good. It's good. It's like what I like to see. Yeah, he looks very, very good all round as well. Sparta Prague through and through. Spent one loan mover, AS Tlekin. He hasn't played. He's played a couple of times with Sparta Prague, but not too much. But he should do a job for us, and he will be our first choice right back. Because Jaksic, he'll be okay for a backup, Jaksic. But you're not going to see any of the new signings today, I don't think, because we have for some reason, I didn't click it. That's why. For some reason, the end of the season in Slovenia is very close to the start of the season, especially with the Champions League qualifiers. So we don't get much time off, and when we do, we have to kind of cram in friendlies when we can. And we've played this is our third game in 6 days or something stupid like that. So he is playing. Yeah, he's on 83%. Let's put Jaksic on. No need to run him out straight away. So it's looking like like a normal team, really, except for Lind. Lind's in goal, making his debut. Jahic, Marco, Lip, Jaksic at the back. Sesh and Elsnik. Obviously, Rossman is suspended. Innocence shattered as well, 78%, so he's not going to start. Stan, Rudy on the wings. Dimitrov and Karabelli up front. Slovenian Player of the Year was Stan. Slovenian League Player of the Year anyway. And Young Slovenian League Player of the Year was Rudy, which was very much deserved in my opinion. Let's submit these numbers and get into the game, and hopefully we can put a few goals past them. They're playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. Interesting. I don't think I've come up against this in this save. Not one that I can remember anyway. Definitely not with Maribor. Let's say a team such as ours should be winning. We got 3 bits of green in there, which is fantastic. You don't usually get green from that team talk. We got more green now, which is perfect. I think we're still in 3D, are we not? We're still in 3D because obviously end of last season we wanted to see the ticker tape. So let's move back to, not key highlights, let's move back to 2D Classic and make the game run a little bit smoother. Why haven't we scored yet? Disgusting. Free kick to Rudy, and he's put it into the back of the net. 9 minutes in, Rudy kicks off the season how he ended it last season, banging in goals for fun. Did he bang in goals? He only got 4 goals, didn't he? Fantastic free kick. I don't know what the keeper's diving for there, but what a free kick. Hopefully he can carry on with that, with those free kicks like that, because it was perfect. Another highlight, 14 minutes in. Rudy again on the ball. We know how good at crossing he is. Puts in a cross, and it is a penalty. We've still got Stan on penalties. Okay. I don't know if he's our best penalty taker, but he's still on penalties. Can he start his campaign off? He can. Puts it into the bottom left-hand corner. 2-0, 15 minutes in. Rudy and Stan, the Player of the Year and the Young Player of the Year, have both scored. Stan scooped up our awards as well. He got Signing of the Season, Player of the Season, top goal scorer, obviously. It's just, what a man. What a man. As we go 3-0 up, 18 minutes in. Marco with the goal after a corner kick from Jaksic. Got big season for Marco, really, because we obviously brought him in January, and he never really got into the side. But, you know, this season, Sesh has picked up an injury. It could be a massive season, because he's one of our better centre-backs, star rating-wise. So, fingers crossed, he can, you know, put himself on my map, if you will, and carry on doing well. Stan just lets that bounce over his head for some reason. And now he's played a lovely ball over to Rudy. He's going to run at the defence now, which he does. Plays it to Dimitrov, who puts it into the back of the net. 4-0, 4 different goal scorers. That was a lovely play. Stan, who was in the left-back role for some reason, all the way over to Rudy. And Rudy just made a darting run, what he does best, and finds Dimitrov. And Dimitrov opened his account early with a lovely little finish. And didn't really want this, didn't really want to smash him. At least now we can play a few of our younger players and players that probably won't play as much straight away and do a little bit of rotation like we did at the start of last season with Europa League. Carabelli gets off the mark now. Loving this. 5-0. 5 different goal scorers. Both strikers have scored. Both wingers have scored. Who else scored? Who else has scored? The midfield. Marco scored. So a centre back, both wingers, both strikers have scored. That's what I like. That's what I like. I don't care if he's offside. Stop showing us replays. We're half hour in. We're 5-0 up. I'm going to take off Sesh now, because there's no point keeping an injured player on. It does mean we're going to have to play Innocent there, but I'd rather have Innocent that is shattered than an injured Sesh, if I'm honest, because no one likes an injured Sesh. Innocent on the ball now, plays it in. Dimitrov is there, and it's gone in. Dimitrov gets his second of the season. I have a feeling I might have played a bit of too strong of a side against this lot. They were from the Faroe Islands. I'm pretty sure most of their players are greyed out, but they did have some normal players. So unlucky for the keeper, but he doesn't. I don't think he's a proper keeper, if I'm honest. He just hasn't really got a clue what he's doing. Those stats. Christ on a bike. Christ on a bike. Another corner ball now. Jaksic whips it in once again. Marco's running behind it, and Dimitrov nearly got his hat-trick there. It's good that he's kicking the season off. Oh, I thought that was in. He's kicking the season off strong, Dimitrov. Because I didn't want him to start the season off again like he started his career with us, like a bit rocky, not getting too many goals. But 2 goals today is going to do the world of good for his confidence. Jaksic whips in another ball. Marco hits the bar again. 3 minutes added on. Just don't get too happy, because they are a team from the Faroe Islands, and I don't think the Faroe Islands are well known for their football ability. No offence to people who are from Faroe Islands, but you're just not very good compared to other sides like a Maribor or someone like that. But we did just pass the ball out of play easily. So what do I know? An hour gone, nothing's really happened. They've got a crowd of 3,500 to be fair to them, so maybe the Faroe Islands love a bit of football, they're just not very good at it. And we've brought 470 odds, which is fantastic to see. We're going to make some more substitutions in a minute, after this highlights probably. We've had 33 shots and only 3 on target. 3 on target, but 3 long shots. Dimitrov, hat-trick, make that 34 with only 3 long shots. And they haven't had a shot yet. Their average rating is 6.07. Jesus Christ. 7-0. Dimitrov gets his hat-trick after a lovely ball in from Carabelli. These two have got a big season ahead of them. Big season. I want them to really form a good partnership and take us to the next level, which hopefully is a Champions League group stage. But I'm not too worried if we don't get there, because Lech Poznan are going to be a very, very, very tough side to get past. I don't think we're going to lose 7-0 in the home leg. There you go. Who should we take off? We're gonna bring on some of the new boys. So Rick can come on for Lip, because he hasn't scored or got an assist, and Marco has. And we're gonna bring on Sizak for Jaksic as well, just to give him a run out and get him a taste of life at Maribor, because hopefully we win every game 7-0. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Right, Rudy with another free kick, just wide of the goal. They've had a shot, ladies and gentlemen. They have had a shot. Unbelievable. Rudy, another free kick, flicked on by Rick. And Rick gets his first goal for the club on his debut. 8-0. Oh, didn't expect this, really. I thought I knew we would win, because we were like 1-8 favourites. But I thought it'd be like 3-4-0, not 8-0. Really not 8-0. It means in the next leg we can give more people debuts and starts, like Rick, like Sizek, play all the new guys and get them in quicker than what I expected. This has been excellent. Excellent. But remember, they're probably not even close to our level, and the stats show that. So don't get too carried away. there's not much point showing you the second leg, really, is there? As Karabelli makes it 9-0 with a Dimitrov assist. These two, like I said, big partnership. They need to form a big partnership, and today is an excellent, excellent show of that big partnership. Dimitrov got the ball after a ball over the top from Rudy. I think it took a deflection, but it landed straight into Karabelli's path, and he's made it 9-0. Yeah, I've just got a feeling that I don't think we're going to lose the second leg 10-0. Just got that feeling. I might be wrong though. So Rudy got a goal, Stan got a goal, Marco got a goal, Dimitrov hat-trick, Karabelli got a brace, and Rick got a goal as well. Oh my god, look at those ratings. What do you even say after a 9-0 win? I'm very pleased. Calmly say I'm very pleased. Well done, boys. Good win. 1 shot to our 41. Jesus Christ. Next episode is probably going to be the first leg of the Lech Poznan game, I would have thought, because I'm going to try and show you as much Champions League football as possible, because we know we've already won the league. Like, we don't need to show too much of the league. So I'm obviously going to play that, and then that's 3 days after. So I don't know when the next lot of games get played, if I'm honest. If they beat us 10-0, I'm going to look like an idiot now, aren't I? For some reason, this is the only second qualifying phase that I can find, which is the next qualifying phase. When are these lot playing? So they're playing on the 23rd of the 7th, which I assume... So it's a few days, it's in that gap there, which I assume is where we're going to be playing as well? I'm not too sure, but we'll come back for that game. We don't need to see a game against Domzella. What we probably will do... Because we haven't seen this Triglav Kranj, have we? That's a really good looking badge. I like that badge. We'll probably, if it is in that gap between Domzella and Kranj, then we'll probably play the first leg and then the Kranj game. Or it depends. I might, if they're like a week apart again, like this, then I might just play both Champions League legs. I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see when the draw actually is. But if you did like that, please leave a like on the video. It means a hell of a lot to me. Please subscribe if you are new around here, or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.